thanks for coming out. Hope you all had a happy holiday. Hope you're all enjoying the warm weather. Today it's kind of warm, right? It's like in the 30s today. So it felt nice when I stepped outside anyway. Thanks for coming out. I'm gonna not chat too long. I'm gonna welcome to the stage Jonathan Wickman, who often lets me pick on him and call on him first when I need someone. So,
hello. My name is Jonathan. And
hello, Jonathan.
hi, Herbie. Welcome, I guess, again, to the Great River Open Mic and to something that I am calling amateur improvised. No, that's wrong. Welcome to the open mic at Great River Arts. My name is Jonathan. And this, hi Herbie. This is going so well. This is something I'm calling amateur interpretive performance roulette. Yes, you heard it here, folks. Amateur interpretive. Yeah, we'll test it out. What was it again? Performance roulette. Okay, so basic introduction. Well, here's what's going on with me about this. This is something I thought of this morning. It's been practiced once, but I'm going to demonstrate it and explain it so that everyone understands clearly what it is, including me. So, amateur, improvised, etc. All right, let's see. This is an advertisement for the Philips Company. Philips, bringing you happiness in light form since before I can remember. Okay, so what's the I don't know. Everybody understands what amateur is. Obviously, amateur. Interpretive. That could be a lot of things. It's a worrisome word and one of those $5 words. Performance. That's what this is. That's easy. Roulette. Okay, let's see. Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage 90.1 Classical FM. All right, we have a machine that will provide us with some randomness in the form of music and randomness in the form of me. And then there will be some performance of some kind that will interpret this music. Or whatever's on the radio, because sometimes they talk. Okay, now, here comes the important part. Who in the audience is ready for amateur roulette? Raise your hands if you are.
Oh, yeah.
Herbie, thank you. We have one. We don't have a quorum. We have two. We have two. We have three. Three people already for amateur improvised performance roulette.
16 black.
16 black. All right, and we've got 16 black. How much are you putting on 16 black? Anyone, 16 black. Okay, did I clearly, raise your hands if you clearly understand amateur improvised performance roulette. Not if you understand why I would want to do this, but if it seemed clear. Does it seem at all clear? Okay, yes, you know, there's a missing piece here. Sorry, it's kind of what? Okay, so here's the part that makes everything better. So this will only last 5 minutes. I think that usually helps people, you know? I had a timer once that said, it was like a countdown timer, and it said, you can do anything for 10 minutes. Okay, so what this is a alarm clock, and so what it's going to do is be lit up for 5 minutes, but it'll gradually get less lit up and less lit up, and then it'll stop, and then I promise I will get off the stage, and I'll take my little light with me. Okay, so amateur, improvised, in performance. Thanks, Ruben. Yes. Okay. In fact, the timer is running. So, shoot, whether or not you like it or not, I'm standing here for 5 minutes. But raise your hands if you're ready for something. Okay, we got 4 people who have raised their hands. We've got some more people raising their hands. Okay, we have a quorum. Thank you. All right. Problem is no music. Let's see.
Make it sing.
There we go.
Let's give it up for Jonathan again. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Always what is the word? Enigmatic and exciting. So thank you for that. Change gears a little bit. We've got Herbie Daggle coming up on the stage with the electric black violin, the Book of Jazz Music. So let's welcome Herbie to the stage.
Yeah, maybe I'll stand on this. Yeah, leave the chair and get me to sit. Sure. Okay, this is Hey Misbehavior. And then there was Christmas. your theme. I guess we got time for another one. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? Okay.
I'm going to welcome James to the stage for the first time. Yeah, for the first time. All right, first time on the GRA stage. Let's welcome James. See, you got papers, so I just assumed maybe it's there.
Yeah, I think I'll just hold it. Better light. Well, good evening, everyone. I wrote these images in my mind, is what it's called, and I wrote them back about almost 40 years ago, back before I even met my wife. And the first one is called Leaving Home. Well, what I want to do is I want to take these images that were in my mind and project them into your minds and just have you sit back and enjoy the images. It's called Leaving Home, and it is fiction in this case, but what feelings enter the heart as the time comes for leaving the parental home? Tears are coursing down the cheeks of my mother, and an obvious lump of emotion is in the throat of my father as they stand in the open door of their home. I have already started on my way down that lane towards a big, exciting world that stretches open before me. I decided earlier this spring the time has come to try out my own wings, to break the ties with my childhood. My throat is too tight to utter a sound as I realize what I'm leaving behind. Security, family meals, made all the more tasty with hearty laughter, of course. The quiet moments sitting around the fire. Turning to look back, I watch as they return my wave. We had to put a rope around our old collie dog to keep him from coming after me. His questioning bark comes to me through the soft air as I turn once again down the lane. I dare not look back. Now, years later, I can look back on those events that happened almost 40 years ago and remember the emotions I felt and the things I saw. I remember the sun was shining brightly in the fresh spring air with bluebells nodding in the grass. And a wren was sending out its trilling song in front of the white-painted birdhouse I had made when I was 13. Pleasant gurgling sounds were coming from the small stream that wound its way close by the lane. It was a glorious day. I recall a sense of excitement was running through me that I had never felt before or have felt since. I felt like yelling, "Make way, world!" I was 20 years old. I knew I'd become a man responsible for my own self. Many seasons have passed since that time. I walked down the long grassy lane to become a man. My parents passed away some years ago and now lie buried next to each other under the rich earth of the valley. I appreciated the many principles they taught me. My steps through life would often circle back to the home place for a rewarding visit. Sitting on the porch, we would go over old times or discuss what crops my father should plant the next year. Now, as my wife and I stand in the door of our home, looking out at our own son, I feel emotions my father must have felt. Loneliness and loss, but liberally mixed in, a sense of pride as my son grasps my hand tightly. The sky has not changed its deep blue, and the spring birds are again singing their lilting melodies. The bluebells are nodding in the warm breeze as they did those many years before, and that familiar lump is in my throat as this time I watch my son turn around for that last wave as he walks down the long grassy lane towards his own manhood. Thank you. Now, I'm going to talk about a woman. And this is 6 years before I even met my wife. So. What a beautiful creation is a woman. I love to watch the sparkle that can emanate from her eyes, the sparkle and shine of life itself. I love to watch that real heartfelt and joyful smile when she sees her husband coming home from the day's work. My thoughts dwell on what she is ready to do for the man she loves, ready to bear his children, ready to treat him as a king, ready to comfort, ready to listen, ready to please, looking her best with shiny hair well done, with a smile in her eyes and upon her honeyed lips. She is ready to take him in her arms, ready to walk side by side through the years of their lives, ready to suffer when he suffers, and to rejoice when he rejoices, ready to forgive, ready to forget, ready to put her man first beyond her own desires. A queenly woman is this, one of the jewels of God's creation, a woman to live with, a woman to love with, a woman to be by your side, a woman to make you do your best. Thank you. And now we'll just keep right on going to marriage. A little short one on marriage. What joy, what happiness, what excitement the thought of marriage brings. What a paradox that weddings at first seem so far off, yet rush so quickly to the date. With my wife and I, we went on our first date in June and went on a fishing trip to get some fish to go for a wild game dinner. But 3 months later, we were married. But a bride to be, how flushed and beautiful and full of life. Hearts are full of exploding effervescence, as though a bottle of exquisite French champagne. What joy shines out of sparkling eyes, so full of laughter and hidden mystery. Bride and groom looking forward to spending a lifetime together, looking forward to growing in loving and righteous character as the years roll on, learning of love, patience, and tenderness, walking side by side through the valleys and shaded glens, through the thorny thickets and the scented gardens, and upon the flowered alpine pastures, and across rocky slopes. The man being a leader and a strength to the woman, and the woman being a helpmeet to the man, knowing their ultimate destiny and desiring each other to attain it, and each giving help to the other as they cross their thorny, rocky places in the pathways of their lives, and each being there to share the joy when the stars are shining bright. I'll do one more, and now this gets on into the later eras of our life again, and it's called evening. Ah, yes, 'tis that time of the evening now. The hot, steaming sun has slipped below the horizon. Purple shadows are stealing out from the grove. How quiet it is now. The chores are done. The cows are all in their stalls, and the chickens have settled down. 'Tis comfortable here on the porch. I think everyone should have one. Already the air has begun to cool, and the evening scents are rising. I pull out the other chair as my good wife comes out to join me. Neither of us say anything. No need to, as the communication is there. As she puts her hand in mine, together we watch the gathering darkness. I give a silent thanks to my Creator for this helpmeet He has given me. A strong, warm, loyal woman, if ever there was one. Raised a fine batch of children, she did. They're all grown now and have families of their own. Sure is fine to have the grandchildren come out. Chips off the old block they are. Stars are coming out, quite heavy now. That old hoot owl out in the grove sure is letting us know he's around. About time we settle in now. It's getting late, and the morning comes early. That's it. Thank you very much.
That was James, everybody. James Steinley, is it? Steinley. Well, thanks, James, for joining us for the first time. Hope to have you back. So we have kind of a thin list tonight. That's actually everybody who signed up, unless anybody wants to get in at the last moment here. Maybe you.
Hey, Daddy.
We practiced that all afternoon. Yeah. Say mama. She's got a little bit of stage fright, I think. But anyways, thanks everybody for coming out. Keep an eye on the calendars. We'll be back here next month. First Thursday. What is it today? Thursday, right? First Thursday of every month we'll be here, and I hope you'll be with us. Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you next month.